Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. My 28F husband, 29M, has a pregnant affair partner and my in-laws and parents are encouraging it. Need support. Hello, I was directed here by a user called you/son of an asshole who said that people on this subgroup can help me with my situation. I'm not quite sure how to link in my original post, so I will copy and paste it here. Okay, so me and my husband have been married for a little over 5 years now. We've always wanted to have a big family with lots of kids. The problem was that I just could not get pregnant no matter how many positions or times we've tried. When I went to the doctor last year, I was told that I'm infertile and will not have children naturally and we should try for an IVF. Since then I have been cutting corners and scraping every last dollar I have for an IVF. My husband was initially on board, but early this year he started to get iffy on the IVF. He kept emphasizing adoption and discouraging IVF, and I definitely considered it, but I want to have a kid of my own blood first before I adopt another child. Well, me, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, Jean, were chatting on WhatsApp and I told my sil the amount of money that I still need to save for multiple rounds of IVF just in case the first one doesn't work, and if the IVF doesn't work then I will adopt a child. Jean asked if I was really on board with adopting my husband's illegitimate child. My heart started beating really fast and I was so confused when my mother-in-law chimed in that I was truly a kind child for forgiving my husband's affair and even taking in their kid. I made an excuse and hung up the phone when my mind was racing. I tried to convince myself that Jean and mother were playing jokes on me, so I went upstairs to ask my husband for his side of things. He paled rather fast and asked me where I heard it from. I told him Jean and mother told me, and that's when he decided it would be good to tell me what he was thinking. He's been hooking up with one of his old flames and she got pregnant. He told me that he loved me but he didn't want to go through extra stress to have a child, so maybe I could forgive them and adopt their kid. Maybe even create a bond with it. I was completely heartbroken by his audacity. He dropped 2 bombs on me that day and expected me just to take it like that. I more or less ran out of the house to my parents' house because I really needed some comfort. I told my parents the whole thing and they just told me that while the cheating was wrong, I should step up and become a mother to this kid because they know how much I wanted a kid and how great of a mother I'll be. I can't stop crying because it seems that no one is on my side. I know I should probably try to get a divorce, but my mind is all over the place. My heart hurts so bad that I can't even get out of bed. Can anyone help me? Is there any advice I could get on this? Since making the original post, I moved out of my parents' house to go live with my half-sister and her husband, who have so graciously given me a room and support. I am making this update because some new information has come my way. Turns out, my husband's affair partner/old flame is also his co-worker who knew he was married and in fact is engaged. She's 5 months pregnant and was begging me to take care of her kid. From her long string of texts, it seems that her fiancé wants her to get rid of the kid in order for them to stay married, but she doesn't want to abort the kid, so her and my husband have agreed to adopt the child. She also said that if I was willing to adopt a child who has no relation to me, then adopting her kid is basically no different and in fact should have a higher priority because that kid is my husband's. She then apologized to me in the text and said that she will give up her parental rights and won't get in contact with the child unless I explicitly allow it, if I choose to adopt it. My husband, mother-in-law and Jean have also been calling me, but I have blocked them all until further notice. I also called my boss to let him know that I was going to be at home due to a family issue, and if any of my family members try to reach me, by getting my work phone number, to not tell them where I am and to leave me alone. He agreed. He's my favorite. I've been doing some contemplation and I realized that even if I forgive him, that child will always be an obstacle in our marriage. Even worse is that if anything major happens to the child, I will always be blamed because I'm taking my anger out on an innocent child. No matter how much I try, I don't think I will be able to let go of what happened, especially seeing the product of their union. My brother-in-law is helping me find a divorce lawyer, which is great, but I feel numb. Like everything is moving too fast. I can barely eat, and there's this pit in my stomach and a lump in my throat whenever I think of my husband and his reaction. Is it that he never cared about me? Did he think I was just going to be okay with raising his affair child because I wanted a baby so bad? My heart feels badly bruised, especially because I loved him so much and I never expected this betrayal. I apologize for the rant, but I feel so broken and useless because I can't even keep the man I love, much less start a family with him. Run. He and his family are just not worth it. Edit, trying to keep my marriage together after my wife's affair. Part of the conditions was for her to cut all contact with any of our friends that knew and didn't say anything. It's been hard. Bro, I get it. While trying to reconcile with my ex-wife, her condition was that she would not break up with her boyfriend until she was satisfied that our marriage was okay. Up, ducking run. Like Forrest Gump, run. Bruh. She cheated, she doesn't get to have a condition. Good for you. I wish you luck. For us, we moved out of the area and quickly found the friends disappeared. I am sorry that your, I assume, ex-wife, did that to you. And yes, I agree that while my husband, his family and my parents aren't worth my time, it hurts. Like really badly. I really love him and my family, but I can't get over this. Have you divorced your ex-wife? How did you deal with the negative emotions? How did you stop thinking about the affair, if you stopped? I'm not the original commenter. I divorced my wife after she had an affair for 2 years. I gave her everything. The car, the house, the furniture, the appliances. All I took was my clothes and my guitars, whatever got me out of there the fastest. Best decision I ever made. Love is not enough if there isn't trust and respect. Just go. I'm sorry that this happened to you. This is the shittiest thing I've ever read in this sub. Duck him, duck her, sorry for the baby, but that is not your responsibility. You deserve better than this. Still together. Ups and downs. But I have a sadness that never seems to go away. I withdraw too much. I know that's bad, but sometimes I just can't seem to shake it. It was a very rough time for me. The details are pretty bad. Blame. Shame. An STD. Been to a shrink. She thinks I may have peated. I encourage anyone who has been through this to look it up and research it. May hold some answers for you about your own emotions and feelings. Knowing about it did help me some. I like how you tell her to run, but you are still together with your cheating wife. I think you need to sprint out of an airplane with a parachute, my guy. Not the person you were replying to, but I can tell you in my experience, it was not easy and something I still struggle with years later, but it does get easier. First, you need to stop trying to find answers to the why question. He won't give one that makes any sense to you, and you would likely be left with even more pain and confusion. I can tell you why. It's because cheaters are selfish. They might love you, or they might only love you as an extension of themselves. But any feelings they have for you don't matter more than their own momentary selfishness. The reason it's so hard for us to understand that is because we truly did love our partner, and we would never consider risking our marriage that way. We assume they were like us, but they are not. It hurts. It is fucking soul crushing. There is no way to just get over it. It will change you. That's the reality. But there are things that you can do to help. Try to stop dwelling on it. He ducked up. He lost a great partner. You will rebuild your life and find happiness again. Focus on yourself, your health, your happiness. Start a new hobby. Absolutely get into therapy, but make sure it is a therapist who is experienced in dealing with infidelity. And don't be afraid to try different therapists to find the right one. Spend time with positive, supportive people. Do things he wouldn't do with you. I promise it does get easier. But only if you put in the effort to move forward. Do not let this make you bitter and lonely forever. Create a better life for yourself. This is excellent advice. You/depressed wife, listen to this person. You're still in shock and trying to comprehend why and how this was allowed to happen. But, you're a good person who probably didn't even consider cheating on your husband. So trying to think or rationalize someone like your husband, in-laws and crazy affair partner won't register in your normal brain. Everyone around you seem to have lost their goddamn minds. You have every right to feel upset, angry and confused. Deep down you know what you have to do, but it's scary and sudden. Seek therapy, talk to a divorce lawyer and surround yourself with people in your life who support you, not your husband and his toxic family. I wonder what the fiancé of the other woman is going through. I feel bad for him as well. I wonder if you can get in contact with him? Maybe, ranting together might help you feel less alone. He's almost in the same boat as you are. Sorry you're going through this, but I know it'll get better. I promise you. Stay strong up. You don't want this baby. Trust me. This cannot be upvoted enough times. Don't go near this baby. Nothing good will ever come of it. If Op stays, she'll end up resenting the baby and things will get 10x worse. I hope to God she leaves him. Run and run fast. The audacity. I feel sick for you. You deserve so much better than your husband. He has no respect or love for you to treat you like this. His family isn't any better. She deserves better than all of them, her parents included. I'm glad she at least has her sister. Wow. Your husband is evidently a complete sociopath. The AP is not much better as she has destroyed one marriage and one near marriage. Your in-laws are quite crazy. Who in their right mind would think you would accept this? And why did your husband tell his family before telling you? What I don't understand is how do they know the child is your husband's? That makes no sense. Someone is leaving out a big part of the story. I don't see any path forward for you in staying married to him. Whether or not you accept the child, either course will poison your marriage. I'm so sorry. Infertility is such a personal and painful process to go through, and for you to have infidelity happen to you during this process, and a child resulting from the infidelity no less, is a devastating blow. And for him and his family to not even attempt to acknowledge the betrayal, and instead jump to push for you to be raising the child, like it's something you should be grateful to take on, is vile, the likes of which I have never seen. I'm going to say this very clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken or useless, and I'm so sorry that your partner in life, the one who should be your biggest supporter, is the one to make you feel this way. This is his shortcoming, not yours, and says so much about his character and nothing about yours. If you haven't already, please seek IC immediately. One who specializes in infidelity trauma if possible. So glad to hear your sis and Bill are providing support and helping you look into divorce options. At this point I wouldn't suggest anything different for you, as it doesn't sound like there has been any remorse from him on his part or his family, or the AP for that matter. I'm sad to say even your parents are not acknowledging the trauma of the affair. You cannot move forward with anyone in your life who does not adequately acknowledge and understand and support the effect this has had on you. It seems like they are all about you rug sweeping and cleaning up his mess. It's shameful. And on top of this, I would not let go of the fact that his mother and sister were well aware of the situation before you. He planned on taking the baby and asking you to raise it, apparently, so on top of disrespecting you by having an affair and not being remorseful and expecting you to raise his affair child, he brought other third parties into his continued deceit and allowed them to break the news to you for him. There is literally nothing left for you to save in this marriage, in my opinion. This is so far down the ladder of disrespect it's beyond unforgivable. I'm so sorry, Op. I hope you continue to receive support from your sister, and I hope some harsh words and a come to Jesus with your parents brings them around quickly. Perfect. So disgusted I can't even describe it. I was wondering if it was real and then remembered people really are that trashy. I hope Hop kicks every single one of them out of her life, including any of her family that isn't 100% on her side. I know I would. Fuck, my heart just hurts for them. Hop, the pregnancy was an accidental result of his infidelity and not because of some crazy notion that he wanted a kid so badly. Also, there is no way the AP would not be in your lives in the future because of the baby. First, I want you to take care of your health. I know you have no appetite, but eat healthy, sleep and stay hydrated. You will also find that exercise will help your mood. Next, ignore the nonsense that has been told to you by your parents and in-laws. They are trying to make lemons out of lemonade. It is not what you need from them and may even be comparable to gaslighting. Perhaps with a little more thought they will realize how unsupportive they have been and come around. I want you to realize that no matter how bad things are now, there is a way forward through this and you can do it. Consider your options with solid legal advice. I am sorry, but marriage counseling is not going to fix this. You did not break this, your WS did. If you seek counseling, I suggest it be individual counseling for yourself that will reaffirm what an awesome person you really are and how you deserve a life that includes love and faithfulness. You and your welfare are the #1 priority. Reach out anytime, even if it is just to rant. You will find a lot of good support on this sub, and now you have many of us that are in your corner. You are not alone and you will get through this. This is insane. I'm so glad you found sane people that are on your side. Any decent person would be on your side. Obviously the news that you can't have kids without help is heartbreaking, but that doesn't excuse any of his behavior. Get as far away from these people as possible. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. So he cheated, he lied to you, he deceived you, and agreed to adopt an illegitimate child without your consent. You have a real winner there. That would be far too much deception for me to handle, but you say you still love him. The child itself would be a constant reminder of his infidelity pretty much for the rest of your life. No one can tell you which way to go, but a lawyer would have a field day with this either way. If you leave him for someone better, with his AF pregnant, you couldn't ask for more evidence than that. If you decide to stay, I would still suggest an attorney to draw up post-nup papers in the event he is found to be straying again. Full transparency is a must. But the call is yours. Do you really ever forget your partner cheated? Ever? You never forget that they cheated. What hurts the most is that they blame you for everything and they take no accountability in the marriage failing. It's that type of personality that would cheat in the first place. It's shocking how two people can see something and take it in so different ways. It's like you see a red ball, and they see a blue square. I'm not defending cheating, I hate it. But I am starting to think maybe it's just a thing. Like I like hot sauce and you hate it. Otherwise it makes no sense. People throw away everything for nothing. You need to take care of yourself, physically, financially and legally. You used to be able to depend on him, but no more. Speak to an attorney pronto. You wouldn't want to suffer because you did something you didn't know you couldn't do. Get STD tests, stay tough and keep your guard up. Don't let him convince you to do something, anything until you're 100% sure that's what you want to do. You have a long road to travel, but don't make any big changes now because you don't know what road you're now going to take, divorce, separation or reconciliation. PP are here on Reddit to ask for help or questions. I'm sorry you've been forced into our group. We care and we are here for you, to help you move forward. My God. I'm so sorry, hun. I will tell you that you owe none of these people a damn thing. Nothing. They are trying to basically guilt you into adopting your husband's illegitimate child and then passing it off as being no different than a regular adoption under normal adoption circumstances. That sort of manipulation and gaslighting is unbelievable. The effing audacity behind it, I don't even have the words. Now certainly the situation is not that child's fault, this is true. But you don't owe any of these people, including that child, anything. Don't let anyone try to tell you otherwise. And if you do decide to adopt that child with your husband, that decision should be one that you make yourself after careful thought, consideration, and healing. To decide to adopt that child or not is your decision, and you are not a bad person if you choose not to. What's being asked of you is certainly not something that you owe anyone. I keep saying that because it's true. And understand, if you choose to reconcile and adopt that kid, you will not only have the difficult task on your hands of reconciliation, which is difficult enough in of itself, but a new baby that will forever remind you of what was done here. And if you're not 100% certain you can be this kid's mother without resenting the kid, which seems it may be tough even for someone of exceptional character, then you shouldn't consider it. Don't let anyone put a time limit on you for a decision, either. They will most likely attempt that, too. No, F that. You take as much time and space as you need to get some healing where you can think straight and make a decision that's best for you. For what it's worth, I would say run and do not look back. Divorce him now. Of course it's your decision. But this family surrounding you is objectively effing insane and clearly doesn't care about your emotional needs, much less your healing. Those people are crazy. I'm sorry that you're surrounded by such people, I really am. That makes it very tough, I'm sure. It sounds like perhaps your half-sis and her hubby have their heads on straight toe. Cling to them and keep everyone else the F away, because all of those other people are objectively insane and toxic. Focus on what you need right now, which is space and healing, and F everyone else. Run away as fast and as far as you can from this man and his psychotic family and friends. No good can come of staying with them, whether a child is part of the equation or not. Honey, there is nothing wrong with you. You were wronged so grievously I can't even imagine what you were going through. Speaking as someone twice your age whose husband/true love also broke my heart completely after being together much longer than you two, and friends for 30 years already, by getting involved with a co-worker who is 10 years younger than me. Also, you are still young. You will find someone else who will treat you with the respect and consideration you deserve. Take as much of that IVF money that you can, separate your bank accounts so he has absolutely no access to your money. Get divorced as quickly as you can and lose this man to save yourself. You will be okay, eventually. Just give yourself some time to process and recover. But cut this man and his relatives out of your life so you can save yourself and have a real, fulfilling life. This is excellent advice. This marriage is over. Her husband is trash, she needs to realize that and throw him out. I think this fool's plan was to have you two adopt the baby not knowing that he was the father. However, he didn't inform his family of his plan. Woman face palming, man face palming. Yay, you deserve better than this. From now on, do what you need to do for yourself. Take care of. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.